This is going to be a recap of the beneficial ownership information reporting mechanism that FinCEN has the authority to initiate per congressional code. In 2021, Congress passed what's called the Corporate Transparency Act, and that act essentially has authorized the Financial Crimes Enforcement Unit to collect information on a broad array of businesses, particularly individuals who have started LLCs in multiple states. The federal government was having issues identifying owners of these LLCs in these multiple states, and they would initiate investigations. People would shut down those LLCs prior to responding to court notices, and that required institutions essentially like the IRS, DOJ, all these departments from the federal government to go through a lot of work trying to figure out who the owners of these LLCs were that were either committing crimes or, thought of committing crimes. And so essentially Congress passed this law to crack down on that and allow ease of access of information for owners of businesses for the federal government to access, along with also some financial institutions as well. So with that said, you might be concerned, well, I'm giving over some information. You're going to have to list your address to your house. You're going to have to give them, basically your identifying information, and it's going to be put into a federal database. And so I guess a quick overview of this is that you can go to FinCEN's website, FinCEN.gov, and look at BOI, and you can see how that information will be shared. Currently, right now on their website, it says that it'll be shared with federal authorities, state and local authorities, as well as tribal officials if you're involved in any Native American, tribal councils or anything like that. Foreign officials also will be able to access this information through a proper request to the U.S. federal government. So that's how it will be shared. As to how you would find out about trying to file for this, a lot of state organization entities like the Secretary of States have sent emails out. So I would try to search your email to see if you've gotten notification of this. You should have, hopefully, if the Secretary of State is on top of things, notifying business owners that they have this basically responsibility to file this report with the federal government. If you created your business entity before the 1st of January 2024, you're going to have some time to file. You're going to have basically a full year to file until 2025, January 1st. So that is good news for those of you who have started an LLC before 2024. Now, if you've started that LLC after January 1st of 2024, the deadline is 90 days. And that's going to be a harsh reality for some people to face. There are penalties for not filing in that timely manner. But if you do have an excuse and you just weren't aware, they will likely waive those penalties. We can't guarantee anything, but we just want to make you aware of the risk. If you did start after the 2024 deadline, there is only a 90-day period. And then after that 90-day period that ends in 2025, there's only going to be a 30-day reporting period that they're going to allow before they might start imposing penalties. This was increased from a 15-day period from the proposals legislatively. And so it's at 30 days right now after 2025. You are not required to use an accountant or an attorney to file this, but we will aid you through that process because we are experienced in this and in the law, and then we can also give you further information if something were to change on this report, possibly in the future. And because we are doing your tax returns, this is an easy way for us to make sure that your initial filing is covered and there are no issues there. And then if you do have any changes to your information, we can make you aware of the potential to the need to refile as well. So we can file this report for you by basically being what they call a company applicant. And so all we need is your information, which we likely already have, If we need some more clarifying information or if you've moved addresses, then we'll request that from you. Typically, we like all of our clients who own LLCs to get their own FinCEN ID. This is primarily for privacy concerns with your personal information. Essentially, the FinCEN ID on the company reporting form that we're going to be filing for your LLC, that will be all that's reported on that form. Because when you register for your FinCEN ID, it's your own ID, and then you have the authority to go in there and update your information. And we like that FinCEN ID because if you start multiple LLCs or you're an owner in multiple LLCs, the companies who are filing these beneficial ownership information reports will just ask for that FinCEN ID. And then on that application that they may be sharing with other people, you're not going to have your Social Security on there or any other identifying information that you might not want shared, like your home address. So I really hope this helps clarify a lot of the complexities that are around this. So yeah, that's kind of a concise summary. Feel free to comment back and send us a question if you have any.